Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, way long overdue. I apologize profusely, but this video today is going to be on the first 5 weeks of nursing school, and I just wanted to go ahead and share my experience with you. So real quick, I'm just going to let you know that back in orientation number 2, which was way before Christmas break, I had posted this video back in January sometime, letting you know that I met my professor. He said, here's assigned reading, you're going to have a quiz the first night, just so you know this is nursing school and this is what we expect of you. Well, that was a can of worms, because guess what? It was just like any typical day of college. I walked into the classroom, I wore my scrub uniform, and yes, my school has assigned uniforms. I'm pretty sure everybody's school has assigned uniforms, but I have class on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, and I also have class or clinical on Saturdays. So Tuesday was my first day of school. I believe it was back on January 19th. It's been a while. It's been a month. Sorry, guys. But I walked in. I wore my scrubs because I was like, well, I don't want to be the only one left out if I don't wear my scrubs. So I wore my scrubs. I show up. I'm like, okay, we're going to have a quiz. I was having an anxiety attack. I mean, it was just the unknown, and there was no quiz. There was introductions and a little bit of lecture, and that was the first night. Not a big deal. So just to fill you in, the things that we've been doing so far, we've had a lot of lecture, had about 4 clinical checkoffs, so I've gotten some skills built up a little bit, and definitely building upon that as we move along. And we've also completed our first quiz, first test, and second test is coming up this Tuesday. So today, right now, is Saturday, and we have another test on Tuesday. You know, I felt like for the last 4 weeks, and granted, we're moving into the 6th week now, first 4 weeks, chugging along, it's like you're cruising down the road. It's like you've got this convertible, your hair's flying in the wind, you're like, okay, I can handle this. I can handle the stress. I can handle the tasks. I can handle what's expected of me. And then literally last week I started clinical. And it's like someone just took the gas pedal and went, and I'm like, okay, sorry for that analogy, but seriously, it's like everything's picking up right now. I feel like so many of us in nursing school, any of you nursing students out there, and for the people that I'm in class with now, we go through so much anxiety for no reason. We blow everything out of proportion. Granted, we all are hard on ourselves. We want to do well. Me personally, I want to do well. I want to know that I know what I'm doing, because if I'm going to go into a clinical setting and I'm expected to perform these skills, I want to know what I'm doing. If I'm asked questions on medications or why we're doing this to a patient, or, you know, what do you see in this assessment? What are you looking for? I want to know. I want to be knowledgeable, because the thing is, somebody's life is going to be in my hands someday. It's a lot of pressure. It really is. And, you know, I feel like that's why us nursing students put so much pressure on ourselves. You know, I mean, I've loved my experience so far, I'm not gonna lie, but there's been a lot of anxiety and a lot of unknowns, and, you know, that's just been my experience so far. I mean, I feel like a lot of us nursing students in my particular class have really started to come together in the last couple of weeks. And what I mean by that is we're all trying to set each other up for success. My professor really told us from the get-go, this is not a competition. This is camaraderie. You need to help each other out. You guys are going to be together for the next 2 years, and that's it. This is not a competition between all of you. This is something where you need to work together as a team and, you know, help each other out. It's called support. And we're like, okay, I really feel like in the last couple of weeks, that's something that we've all learned. Literally, we've all learned, I think, in the last couple of weeks, just to accept where we are, take it day by day, and really support each other. I will say that, you know, my husband's been great, so shout out to him because he's been amazing the last couple weeks. I think we had our little transition period where it was like, hey, you're not doing as much as you used to, and I think we both are on the same page now. So it's not bad. But any of you nursing students or students thinking about going into nursing, or, whatever you're stopping by my channel for, just understand that there is a transition period of trying to figure out your schedule and how to manage your time. Time management is everything. I will say the first quiz, let me back up. We've had some skills that we've learned. I wanted to go into those briefly for you. The first night, hand hygiene. Number one most important thing you will ever take with you in nursing is hand hygiene. It's the one thing that's going to protect you throughout your career. You're around a lot of sick people. You got to wash your hands. You got to know how to do it properly. We had some really cool powder, gel stuff. You put a black light to it, put it on your hands, you turn off all the lights, and you see how disgusting your hands are. Well, then it's our job to go ahead and wash them up as best as we can, as according to what our information tells us. Get under the nails and, for how long, etc. And it was pretty cool to come back in and look at your hands and see how well you did. So that was the first skill. The second skill we did was vital signs. Vital signs, everyday thing. As a nurse here on out, every day, vital signs. When you have a patient, vital signs. What's the baseline assessment? Baseline assessment is always vital signs. So it's pretty cool to, I'm doing blood pressure, pulse, temperature, pulse ox, respiration, pain. Those are the 6 ones right there. So that was pretty cool. Pretty easy. Not so bad. The next one was head-to-toe assessment. That one is the scariest, at least per our instructors, and it really wasn't that bad. I did awesome, and I really give credit to my university for that because, again, now I'm with the community college completing my blocks, and my university, I felt like, really prepared me for that because I was able to do it and recall a lot of the things that I had done there previously. So kudos to them. It was an awesome experience, and I'm glad that I was able to reflect on it and bring it back and recall, be able to do it again. And the last one so far that we've done is medication pass. That's parental and oral medications. So everything's gone well so far. I've aced every skill check off so far. Knock on some wood on my table here. So everything's going really great. I will say that it's definitely stressful, as I've mentioned earlier, but every day is a new challenge, and every day it gives me hope to know that I'm on this journey and I'm not alone, and this is only the beginning, and I know it's going to get tougher from here on out. So I just wanted to come on here, share my experience, let you all know that, don't sweat the small stuff in the beginning, because the beginning, just don't have too high expectations. Don't listen to everybody around you. Just go in with an open mind on your first day. That's the best advice I can give you, because it's going to be different. Regardless of what Joe Schmo over here says, it's really not that bad. The other thing I wanted to share with you is, personally, from my personal experience here, the other thing I wanted to share with you from my personal experience is clinicals. I have started clinicals. It's been a great experience being able to interact with patients. This is what I've been longing for, is being able to interact with patients and make a difference. And I feel like I've already accomplished that very minimally. I don't have all the skills yet, but what I love being able to do is walk into somebody's room and put a smile on their face. And if I'm able to do that, I feel like I've accomplished something for the day. One of the biggest things my instructors have told us is make sure that you take the time to connect with your patients, especially during block 1. This is the time where it's fundamentals, you're still building your skill sets, and you may not have the opportunity to connect with your patients later on down the road in your blocks. And even when you're an actual nurse, once you're actually hired on with a hospital or wherever you choose to go, you may not have that time. So they really, really, really just want us to take that time to stop and smell the roses, look at a patient, get connected with them. And it's really important, and I've enjoyed that time so far. So I'm looking forward to clinical in the next few weeks to be able to do that. But other than that, that's block 1 so far, guys. I've got another exam coming up. I wanted to tell you my results. Okay, real quick. Quiz number 1, vital signs. It was 25 questions. I got 24 out of 25. Not bad. I've already mentioned that I've aced every skill check so far, 100%. And I had my first exam a couple weeks ago, and we're having another one a couple days from now. First exam was an 83%. Guys, I have found myself saying, welcome to the nursing C. The nursing C. An 83% is a C. Yep, it's true. So, you know, and I feel like that was because it was the first test and I definitely overlooked some things. I laughed at myself looking at some of the questions I missed because I definitely knew the answers, and I was like, wow, I must have been freaking out because there was no reason for me to miss that question. But you know what? I think the best advice on that I can give is just know that you're learning your professor's style. So that's it. That's block 1 so far. You guys have been great. I know that I had a couple comments letting me know that you all were praying for me. I really appreciate that. If you all need prayers in return, I'm here for that. You know, I try to respond as quickly as I can to any comments that I get, but if I don't, you know, then, hey, if you're a nursing student, you understand. If you're trying to get there, and when you do, you'll understand. You're really busy. But just know that I'm thinking about you guys. I think throughout my day-to-day, I'm like, okay, I'm on this journey, and I know I'm not alone. That includes you guys out there. It's not just my colleagues in my current class. That includes you, too. So as long as we can encourage each other and pray through this, just understand that God's got us on this path for a reason. So if I can encourage you or inspire you, pray for you in any way, please leave a comment below. And I really just want to thank all of you for your prayers, and I just ask for continued prayers because it is, you know, taking in someone's life and helping them, and it's a big deal, and it's an honor. So anyway, guys, I hope you're having a great week, and I hope this video finds you well, and let me know how you're doing in block 1, and I'll take any feedback you got. So that's it for now. Until next time, guys.